Hello students, today I would like solve problem relating to the cash book. Though in the last class we have studied single column cash book or simple cash book, but today we will study the double column cash book. Double column cash book in the sense cash and bank column. Double column in the sense in two sides there will double amount column, one for cash and next for the bank column. Before starting the solution of the any question, I would like to clarify one more point. I would like to clarify one point that in case of double column cash book, double column in the sense cash book, cash column and bank column, there is an important entry, that is a contra entry. Contra entry is in the sense a transaction which is recorded in the both side of the cash book. A contra entry in the sense a transaction is recorded in both sides of the cash book, that is considered as contra entry. Contra entry can be in the following cases. Contra entry can be in the following cases. Number one, business cash deposited into bank account. Number two, cash withdraw from for business use. Number three, earlier received check deposited into bank. Number four, amount from bank account to other bank account of business. In these cases, contra entry will be in the business cash deposited in the business bank account, or cash withdraw from bank, business bank for business purpose, earlier check received deposited into bank. It means check received, suppose received on 15/1/20, but it is deposited. It is not deposited on the same date. It is deposited on 28th March, 19th March, 19th Jan 2020. It means on this date, the check will be in the cash box. It is assumed that a check is lying in the business cash box. It is not deposited on that date. It is deposited on 19th Jan 2020. And on this date, it will be recorded as contra intake. Next one, transfer the amount from one bank account to the other bank account of the business. Suppose business has two bank account and business is transferring the amount from one bank to other bank. In that case, there will also contra entry. And but it can be possible when there will be two bank column in the cash book. After understanding contra, once again I would like to clarify the contra entry in the sense recording of one transaction in both sides of the cash book, that will be the contra entry. Now I would like to draw a format to solve a problem. In the books of cash book, double column. Double column, you can write also a cash or bank column in place of this one. First column is date, same column in the credit side also. This is the format of double column cash book. You can see here two column of the amount in debit side of cash book and also in credit side two column. And I would like to note down one by one question and record them in the cash book. Record the following transactions books of Om Trading Company. In the cash book, in the double column, cash book of Om Trading Company. 2020 March 1. Cash in hand rupees 60,000. Cash at bank rupees 80,000. For this, you will have to record. This is the balance cash at bank and cash in hand on the first day of the month. And you will have to note down in both sides 2020, 2020. And date will be month March 1. It is the opening balance. Cash has always debit balance, and cash at bank, it is also assets. It is also the debit balance. That's why it should be noted in the debit side of the cash book as to balance B by D. Balance B by D. That is amount rupees 60,000 and rupees 80,000. Next, March 4, purchase goods by check rupees 30,000. For this one, journal entry will be purchase account debit to bank. Purchase account debit to bank. Bank is in credit side. That's why it will be noted in the credit side as by purchase, and date will be March 4. March 4 by purchase account. By purchase account, amount will be in bank column. In bank column, 30,000 being purchase goods by check. Next, date 7 March 7, sold, purchased, sold goods and received check. Check and receive sold goods by check, sold goods and received check deposited into bank. That is rupees 50,000. It means goods sold by check. The check was deposited on the same date into the bank. So journal entry will be bank account debit to sales. So here bank is debiting journal and money is received by the business and it is deposited into bank. That's why it should be noted in the debit side of the cash book, because bank account debit to sales, bank is debit in journal, so it will be noted in the debit side of the cash book. March 7. March 7th, two cents. Account and rupees being sold goods and received check. Check deposited into bank. That is next 12. Cash withdrawn for office use. Cash withdraw for cash withdraw sorry cash withdrew for office use. It means journal entry will be a cash account debit to, I would like to clarify by journal entry, cash account debit, and that is amount 10,000. Cash account debit to bank account. Amount 10,000. Cash account debit to bank account. It is the journal entry for this one. And you can see here cash and bank both account here present in journal. And in cash book also cash and bank both column are present. In this case, it is considered as, it will be recorded in the both side of the cash book. And it is contra entry, because cash withdraw by business for office use or for business use, it means journal entry will cash account debit to bank account to record, to post this journal entry or to record this journal entry cash book. What will you pay attention for this one? I would like to clarify here. Follow the two bank account. Two you are well known in the debit side of the cash book. Two always noted in the debit side of the cash book. Two always noted in the debit side of the cash book. So you will have to record two first in debit side. Two bank account. Two bank account. And amount should be in cash column. Amount should be in cash column. To record the bank, two bank account, amount should be in cash column, that is amount 10,000. And next here will be on the same date 12 by cash account, and amount will be in the bank column 10,000. Amount will be in the bank column 10,000, and for this one you will have to note C. You will have to note C here, March 12. So in case of recording the contra entry, you will have to follow, you will have to keep in your mind that in journal entry you will have to record two. Two is always in debit side of the cash book, and here is in journal entry you can see noted two bank account. Two bank account, note down bank account, two bank account, and amount should be in the cash column, and by cash account amount should be in the bank column. Amount should be in the bank column. So, and for that one, you will have to record here contra C. C denotes contra in both sides in LF column. Next entry, 16. Paid salary rupees 20,000. Paid salary rupees 20,000 in the sense paid salary rupees 20,000 journal entry will be salary account debit to cash account. Salary account debit to cash account, and since cash in credit side, that's why you will have to note in the credit side of the cash book. Here date will be 16 by salary account. No need to write the narration for this one. You can write also narration for contra entry, but no need for compulsory that you will have to write the narration, because you have mentioned at here the C. C denotes contra by salary account, and that is amount 20,000. Next, 20. Bid due. Withdrew from bank for personal use. Withdrew from bank for personal use rupees 20,000. Withdrew from bank for personal use, journal entry will be drawings account debit. Journal entry will be drawings account debit to bank, because money is withdrawn from the bank for personal use. Money is withdrawn for bank. Money is withdrawn from bank for personal use. Personal use means drawings. That's why the journal entry will be here drawings account debit to bank. Here, yes, you will have to write narration being salary. Next, 20. Drawings account debit to bank by drawings account. By drawings account, amount will be 20,000. Amount will be 20,000. Next, 22. Received check from Sony, from Mr. Sony, Sony rupees 40,000. 24 March, check of Mr. Sony deposited into bank. Check of Mr. Soni deposited into bank. I have noted here two transactions. Check on 22nd received check from Mr. Soni. But about this check, the other transaction given on the 24th March, check of Mr. Soni deposited into bank. It means the check received from Mr. Soni on 22nd March is not deposited on that date. Is not deposited on that date. It means it is assumed that that check is lying in the cash box of the business. That's why this check will be considered as cash, though it is check, but it will be considered as cash and it will be not treated as cash. That's why the journal entry will be for that one. Cash account debit to Mr. Soni. Cash account debit to Mr. Soni. So on that, on 22nd March, to Mr. Soni. To Mr. Soni, and amount will be in the cash column of the cash book. Amount will be the, note down here, received being received check from Mr. Soni. Amount 40,000. Here narration being withdrew from bank for personal use. And on 24th March, check of Mr. Soni deposited into bank, though it is check but it is treated as cash, and on 24th March deposited into bank. On this date the contra entry will be bank account debit to cash account. Journal entry will be bank account debit to cash account, and the amount will be 40,000. Amount will be 40,000. You can see in journal the bank and cash both are available, both are present. Bank and cash both are present, and in cash book also both columns, cash and bank column. For this one, you will have to consider two, as I have already clarified. You will have to consider first two cash. Two always is noted in debit side of the cash book. So note down at here on 24th March. On 24th March. To cash account, and amount will be in bank column, that is amount 40,000. Amount will be in bank column, that is amount 40,000, and by bank count, amount will be in cash column, amount will be 40,000. You will have to note C in LF column. You will have to note C in LF column. So in this way, this is the contra entry. Next, (27th March) purchase. 27th March. Here will be purchase stationery. Rupees 5,000. Purchase stationery, rupees 5,000. So entry for this one, 27th March. By stationery account. By stationery account because purchased stationery, here will be purchased stationery, general entry will be stationery account debit to cash. That's why it is noted that by stationery account amount will be 5,000 cash column, note down being purchase stationery. Next, 31st March, paid for telephone charges, paid for telephone charges by check rupees 10,000, rupees 10,000. Journal entry will be telephone charges account debit to bank. Journal entry will be telephone charges account by the date will be 31 by telephone charges. Telephone charges. Amount will be 10,000 in bank. Amount will be 10,000 in bank being paid telephone charges. In this way, all transactions have been recorded here. Now it is necessary for us to balance. This one. First, draw the single line, double line in both columns of the cash book. Single line and double line for this both side of the cash book. And note down see the greater side amount of the cash column. First, balance the cash column. Here as per the recording of the entry, you can see the greater debit side total is greater than the credit side. 60,000, 70,000, 1,10,000. Here note down 1,10,000, 1,10,000, and the same amount should be here also 1,10,000. And balance note down here 31st March by balance CD, by balance C by D, Here will be 20,000, 40, 60,000, 65,000. 65,000 means 45,000, I think so. The balance amount will be 45,000, 5, 5, 10, 0, 45,000. And next you will have to also balance the bank column. You will have to see the greater side of the bank column, both sides of the bank column. Obviously, debit side is greater than credit side. 80,000 plus 50,000, 1,30,000, 1,70,000, 1,70,000. Here the amount is 1,70,000. 70,000. Note down this one is also at here 1,70,000. 70,000, 30,000, 40,000, 60,000, 70,000. Here balance will be 1 lakh. Balance will be 1 lakh. Balance will be here 1 lakh. 30,000, 40,000, 70,000, 30,000, 40,000, 60,000 and 10, 70,000, 1 lakh will be balance. So the next you will have to note April 1, to balance BD, to balance B by D, that is amount 45,000 and 1 lakh here. So in this way, recording of all the transactions have been completed, and stationery, telephone charges and balance, here balance BD, all the transactions have been noted and balanced. In this way, cash book double column has been completed. So double column cash and bank column. Thank you boss, and I will solve the next problems in the next class.